An area of rainforest the size of Panama is lost every year to deforestation, and we know that habitat loss is probably the leading factor driving extinction today. But another potential problem could be an increase in certain disease-causing organisms which actually benefit from the changing habitat. Ecosystems are complex, and changes to the conditions that each species needs to survive, called their niche, can impact on each other and throw it out of balance. Aaron Morris from Bournemouth University and the IRD in France has been looking at how changes in the local environment have affected populations of the bacterium responsible for the debilitating Borreliosa skin disease.
We found this sort of quite complicated link. So as you have an increase in deforestation, this changes the available niche space for different species. So the environmental conditions that they can utilize, and this sort of shifts food webs. And at certain points of deforestation, you get a promotion within the food web. So you get lots of these species, which we found contain high levels of the bacteria responsible for Borreliosa. And then if you get lots more deforestation, then these species then begin to decline again. So it's not sort of a linear, more deforestation, more of these species. It's kind of like you get this peak and then they fall back down again.
There seems to be a Goldilocks level of deforestation, where the changes are just right to allow species hosting lots of these bacteria to flourish. So what's driving these changes?
One of the hypotheses we had is it could be potentially a loss of top predators, but there's still lots of available resources, so these organisms can still survive. But as you get too much deforestation, then the niche space starts to decline too much, and you get other organisms which are able to utilize this space, but the ones that carry the bacteria can't anymore.
It still isn't clear if this increase in the number of bacteria translated to an increase in human cases of Borreliosa. But deforestation often brings people with it, moving into the new area, which could expose them to infectious diseases.
This is certainly a big issue. Is that it's kind of they go hand in hand, where you get the intermediate levels of deforestation, and you do tend to get more people anyway, and more people that are more likely to come into contact with stagnant water bodies because it's more of a frontier landscape.
An increase in extreme weather events like floods may exacerbate the issue by helping bacteria to spread, as well as changing the local environment. Aaron's work suggests we need to consider the wider ecosystem if we hope to understand how emerging infectious diseases like Borreliosa will change with the continued destruction of the rainforests.
It's important to understand the community ecology. So when you have deforestation, how does this change the community? And a disease such as Borreliosa is part of that community.
That was Aaron Morris, and that work was published in the journal Science Advances.